You see, there's a huge difference. Now, I didn't dress my wife today. She dressed herself. And this is what she chose to wear. And look how different we look. Now,
she's wearing pink.
Because you brainwashed her.
She's wearing your dress.
Look at my hair and her hair. Do you see a difference between our hair? Now, is there a big difference? Now, this is why God said that men should have short hair and women should have long hair.
Yeah, there's no such thing in the Bible as that.
A woman shall not wear that.
Then why did Jesus have long hair?
Bible spoiler, Jesus died.
God has long hair.
For all that do so are an abomination
Look at the
unto the
baby.
Lord thy God.
Exactly.
You see, God wanted there to be a difference. Does everybody understand that? God did not want there
There's
to
a
be
clear difference.
Confusion.
Can anybody name the differences in a woman and a man? Who can tell? Hello?
One's the boobs.
I'd have a little gizmo downstairs.
His trucks are hanging out. Oh, archive.
Holy shit.
Okay, now, let me ask you this. If it's okay, quote unquote, for women to wear pants, then my wife and I could both wear a pair of jeans, right? A pair of blue jeans. We could both wear a pair of tennis shoes. Juju, do you have a pair of tennis shoes? So do I. So we could both.
Is he
put on
speaking in a
pair of tennis
bathroom?
shoes.
We all know that's
We
where
could
most of
both
the
put
shit
on a pair
goes.
of jeans. Okay. We could both put on a hooded sweatshirt. Does anybody object to women or men wearing hooded sweatshirts? I've never met anybody that did. Come on now.
Where's he going with this?
Good
And then let me
question.
explain something to you. Did you
Reference
know
back
that
to your
we dress
picture.
identical? Think about this now. If we're both wearing blue jeans, and we're both wearing a hooded sweatshirt, and we're
Undead.
both wearing tennis shoes, would we be dressed identical?
Well, it's a quote undead here.
Okay, now
So wait,
is that what God
you let your
intended?
wife out of the kitchen?
God said men, men's clothing, women, women's clothing. God not intended us to have the same clothing.
That's not sexist
He
at all.
wanted there to be a difference. Now, what about this?
Not any more
What
than
if
this guy
God
is,
told
though.
us exactly where the line was? Because people say, well, long hair, short hair, that's just an arbitrary, you know, what's long? What's short? What does the
I know
word
what's
is
short.
mean?
You're a
Okay.
dick.
What does it mean?
Ooh,
Well, okay,
short
let's
from
say
no
God
use.
gave us an exact length, and he said, okay, you know,
I am
this
so
is
doing
short,
video
you know, like,
You make say what, Tarka?
I said I'm so going to be doing a video response.
I'll give you the link after. Go ahead.
What I don't get it is that he's saying that we are like confused about our gender or something like this, and apparently from what he says, he is the one who's confused because he cannot recognize if someone is a girl or a boy because they're wearing the same clothes. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's just one of the stupidest things that could come out of his mouth.
Well, I know it's more stupid. The dick he was sucking on the night before he made the speech.
No.
this long right here, you know, 5 inches. Okay? 5 inches. Everything under 5 inches is short hair. Everything over 5 inches
I was
is
talking
long
about
hair.
something else there.
Let's say God said that in the Bible. Well, then think
Yeah,
about
me
this.
too.
What if my hair was 4 inches and 7/8? I'd be within the rule. And then what if her hair was 5 inches
Oh,
and
I want to
1
break
inch?
his face.
She'd be within the rule. But would you really notice a big difference between our
Then he
hair?
enters zone and then he can break his face.
Quarter-inch difference, you're not going to notice. So, therefore, logic here. If men are to have short hair and women are to have long hair, then wouldn't there be an area in between that nobody should have? Right? I mean, otherwise it'd be...
Frig?
Or what about clothing? Same thing. Wouldn't there be...
So I have a new
clothing?
rule for him.
Once again, where is
It will
he going
make
with this?
It will be really easy
He's
for him.
basically repeating himself.
Guys shouldn't have hair longer than is his penis. I mean, it would mean that I would be bald, but still.
So, what about people with alopecia, like women? So does that mean they're sinning because they've got no hair? But it's not their fault.
Well, according to this guy's logic,
Witches, burn them.
Yeah, women with chemo. Undead makes a good point.
Yeah, and alopecia, which
Exactly.
is, and which actually means you suffer from it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It would be like what if my wife and I just both put on like a coverall jumpsuit, like we're all gonna be wearing in the future.
Like I give a crap.
You know, on sci-fi movies, they're all in like a jumpsuit. Okay.
You watch movies?
Jetsons or something. Actually, they wore a skirt back then. But anyway, you know, let's say we all just wore a jumpsuit. Would God be pleased if I'm wearing a jumpsuit and she's wearing a jumpsuit? The whole
He
point.
doesn't give a
incidentally,
crap.
There is no God. How can he care?
So that there would not be a confusion. So that people would know right away, hey, there's a
Don't
big
forget God, man.
difference between being man and woman. The man
If you can't tell the
is
difference between a man and a woman
characterized
besides their
by
clothes, you have a
boldness,
really
power,
bad
you know, and
vision
the woman
of humanity,
is supposed to
dude.
be a meek and quiet spirit, gentle, loving, care. You know, there's
Wow.
just different attributes of man and woman.
You've obviously
You
never
guys
spent
that
enough
are
time in New
of
York.
age, you're not looking for a manly woman. You're looking for a feminine woman. Is that right?
This is Arizona
If
and a
it's
Baptist
not
church.
right, then what's wrong with you? You're looking for a feminine woman. And you know, a godly, righteous girl is looking for a masculine man.
What?
She doesn't want a girly man. She doesn't
What?
want a weird little sissy. She's looking for a man who's a real man.
So what is your version of a real man?
And so,
Right.
Wait, then how did George Bush get married?
Apparently one with a small dick.
Well, then any girl would take Martin now, wouldn't you, Martin?
Fuck yeah.
Trolls news for the win.
here's the thing. God wants a difference, and therefore, if pants are permissible for women, then what is the difference between the way men and women should dress? What is the difference? You see what I'm saying? There would be no difference. Because if everybody's wearing
Actually,
pants,
There's a
Why?
problem. Why?
you see, and this is what pastors
Difference
do.
is you be
because
wrong.
they don't want to take that. They want to take that stand, but they don't want to take that stand. They preach against breeches on women. Well, most people don't know what breeches are.
Their pants.
Therefore, it's a way for them to say a word that's not easy to be understood. See, women will get up and walk out when I preach.
Where's he going with this?
Basically,
I don't know, but someone should
Driving us all the way to the
explain
bank.
that guy has a dick and girl has a vagina.
His logic is bad and he should feel bad.
I wish there's like one of those, you know how they have in the old cartoon where it has like a fist coming out of a box or something. He's sitting behind a pulpit right now. I just
Yeah.
wish whenever he hammers his frickin' fist against the pulpit, some huge glove would pop out and hit him right in the nuts. Oh, you're a guy.
Or use the zip
Okay.
gun and shoot his head off.
on women, now breeches is a Bible word. The Bible uses the word breeches and talks about men wearing
What?
breeches. But the problem is,
Wait
breeches is not a
a minute. Where did it do that?
I've never read that in my life.
word that's commonly used in our
Yep.
vernacular, and so we need to explain that. That's the whole purpose of preaching. Otherwise, I could just read the Bible, we could close it and go home. It's to explain it to you, to expound it to you, and so we've got to use words that are clear. Here's a really clear word, queer. Now that's clear. Does
Queer.
anybody not know what it means to be a queer? Everybody knows. If I use the word
Queer means weird.
pants, everybody knows what the word pants.
No, queer means good.
And that's the end.
Oh boy.
And I have
That
a
was
feeling
beautiful.
that it's there's a part 2 of this, but I'm not gonna go. We're not gonna go into that
So,
one.
wait a minute. What was the point of that whole thing? Like, I could not follow that. He was just ranting about pants and women.
Basically, it was just a rant. That's all it was.
Yeah, it was basically
A very
about the fact that
one-sided rant.
people, guys should wear pants, girls should wear skirts, because otherwise he had big difficulty to separate between those two.
That's why you look for the body parts, not at the clothes.
Yep.
He seems to forget that this society today is equality.
Yeah, it's called equality for a reason. We can all dress the way we can.
How can the
Alright.
Bible talk about pants if they didn't have pants back then?
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we were just about to sign
Yeah,
off.
we
Yeah.
can hear you, Cat.
We were just about to sign off,
Indeed.
Cat. Yeah, she looks pissed.
Oh no, there's a feminine woman there wearing pants. Is it a woman or a man? I can't tell. But they do have these big, what looks like boulders on her chest. So maybe a woman, maybe a man. Oh, I don't know.
Okay, guys, let's sign off.
I'm Dragon Sub 365 signing off.
Gamerman, see you guys next time.
Trouwens out.
Falcon 98. See you.
Indy 1489. Take care, all.